Hey, I see you working on your beats. So you want to be the next hottest producer? Well, you definitely came to the wrong place for that, boys. Today I am going to be going through, however, and showing you some super top secret ways for you to flip samples, and how to flip the loops and the samples and how to flip them good. So, alright, for this video I am going to show you how to flip, distort, chop, splice, dice, jasmine rice, and Jesus Christ, the fucking shit out of these samples. But the main goal for this video today is for me to keep everything short and concise, because I don't want you to go through this video and already know a tip and then me just harp on it for a while. So you're gonna be able to pick up things pretty quick here. You can just follow along. I'm gonna go through as many things as possible. Hopefully you learn a few things, and oh yeah, well, let's get this video to 4,000 likes, and if we get to 4,000 likes, I will choose a commenter, give them $100, and I'll choose 3 other commenters to get my brand new loop kit that is not out yet. So, let's get into it. Okay. So yeah, I went ahead and pulled in a loop from one of Scott's new drum kits, Des. It has a 142 BPM. So first things first, I don't see a lot of people doing this actually. This is maybe something you don't know. You come here, match it to the BPM of whatever it is. For here it's 142, project tempo, click that. That way, when you mess around with the BPM of the project, it won't change the track, the loop itself, see? So bring that baby to 142. You do project tempo, keep it there. And then I like mine a little bit faster, so we'll go with that. And first things first, you'll hear it pitches it up a little bit. That already changed the sample some. If you don't want it to change it, keep it on auto. First thing you could do, make unique, pitch it all the way down. You maybe add EQ, cut out the low end, or leave the EQ in for the bass if you want the track to have a sub, because it will be a lot of low end. If you pitch it down 1 octave, you can just turn it down. Or you can put that EQ on it, cut out the low end. It won't make it as harsh, still adds a little bit more dimension. Another thing you could do is keep the pitch the same. Put this on another one. Put some EQ there as well. So I'm going to just be rattling these off as fast as possible. So for the one you're keeping the same that you want as a somewhat of a counter melody, you can half time that bad boy. Play with these. You get different effects for each one. Cool for intros. Another thing you could do, boom, let's move this to 1 and solo that. And you can change the loop to bar, half bar. Play with the mix. If you leave the mix at half, 50, it'll give it that low effect as well. It's a little more dramatic here. If you put it at half, it'll do it more often. Take out the low end. Already sounds like there's another layer to the melody. So that's one I use a lot for intros. It's another thing we can do. You can record this, so I'll record this real quick. Alrighty, trim that, bring that in. Oh, another thing you could do right here, boom, stretch, have stretch on, make that unique as well. And this will, it'll sound a little weird. That's the pitch. Make sure it's on auto so that it'll be in tune. It's just way faster on the bottom there. Sounds a little weird when it's pitched up all the way. Another thing you could do, boom, make a match. Change one pitch up like 300 or 400, something like that. Let's do 300, and then bring the second one an octave down, so 300. So you'd subtract 300 from that, it'd be 900. Quick maths. And that will serve as another way to flip it. All these give a little bit of different sounds. So yeah, we could bring this one over here, bring in a new track, and you can slice these up. boom, beat. Play with the attack. Play with all this. I don't know. Let's just do 200. And then when you bring this in, make sure you know that it's going to be a little bit quiet. So you bring it to, it doesn't matter. You want to bring it into the mixer so you can have a little more control over the volume. And cut the low end out. Maybe add some vinyl if you want. Maybe some retro color. So when it plays, retro color is a little loud. I want it drastic. Play with the loops. Make something cool. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. Possibilities are endless. Oh, another cool thing you could do. Bring this bad boy here. Make sure you keep the volume lower on here because we're gonna use this as counter melody. Boom. Bring this fine pitch. Right click here. Go to fine pitch. Bring it all the way down. That'll be an octave down. This way. It'll add another lower layer, and I'll play it in reverse there. You can also play. You click these, each one, and you could click reverse, and it'll reverse just that slice itself. It gives a cool effect sometimes, so you could play with that. But this is how all this sounds. Let's do something. This is gonna be the same one, but it's fine. Bring this up all the way to 32, so another thing you can do is you could just clone, start it fresh somewhat, add some cool effects to the second one here, bring it on a new mixer, maybe some reverb, maybe some delay, something like that. I don't know. Cut out the low end too. If you want it for the intro, leave the low end in. It's fine. You can just add a parametric EQ or clip automation. I'm sorry, clip automation here. You can do that, and then you can edit it yourself. Make sure that's at the top. And then when you play with this, you are able to copy and paste that into here. You play with the pitch of this, so we're up 200, go down 12, 10. And then when you play with this in the second one, it'll have some cool effects, especially when you add the delay and reverb. Whoops, is that the wrong one? Oh, shit. Or you can just leave that 200 here. You can have a different mixer. It does sound different. Then you can pitch it all the way up. Just some subtle stuff that way that there's a lot of variation in the track. You don't got to go overboard with this at all. You could really just do small stuff like just leave this here and that's it. Play with the velocity of them. Another thing you can do is Alt-R, pan them. Make sure you pan these. It sounds a lot better when these are panned. If you click seed, it'll randomize it. So you find something where I don't want like all the panning to be up here because it's randomized. Sometimes that happens. So find something cool like that and then mess with them manually if you want. And really, it's a whole bunch of ways you could do it. You can, with the second mixer track, you can play with different effects. But you could be a little more harsh and creative with it because it's more in the background. Play with some unstable, maybe Bit Crusher. Bit Crusher is free. Turn down the high shelf if it's a little drastic, or play with the knobs. You don't want to play with this too much because it'll just quiet it for Bit Crusher. What else? So where is the original? Obviously, you can reverse the whole thing, or you can bring the first one in. Let's normalize everything here. That's okay. And then you can bring a second one in, make that unique, put it on a new mixer, maybe pitch it up all the way. And for this one, you can add some gross beat. I don't have gross beat, so it won't let me save, but you can play with all these settings, do different monetary settings or patterns, stuff like that. Sounds cool in the background. Let's go to oh, that sounds pretty cool. It's a lot of experimenting. It's actually really fun. You can even flip it. Boom, 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 boom. Cut the low end out for when it drops. Oh, that gives a cool effect too. Yeah, a whole bunch of different things you could do, man. It's all about keeping in mind that you want everything to be the same. So if you bring something up 300 semitones, you got to bring the other one down 900 semitones so that it's an octave, or vice versa. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and make a beat, and I'll be back with you in a second. Alrighty, your boy is back. Yep, so made this little shindig. Didn't take me too long. Probably took me like 20 minutes. It's nothing crazy. So I'll show you a little bit of what I did. I used a technique that I was talking about earlier. I found a cool pattern. I thought that sounded cool earlier. Something I could do right now is change the panning so it bounces from your ears a little bit more. Maybe the velocity just a wee bit. Not a lot. You can turn the velocity way up. It sounds weird. Yeah, it's all I kind of mess with. Just these two, levels and panning. That's with Alt-R, by the way. And yeah, so I'll let this bad boy play through. Add some bird atmosphere. Mess with the panning. So yeah, I just add a little bit of big crusher on that bad boy, a little bit of halftime, very little reverb on the main melody. Where's this one? Okay, I did a little bit of unstable on here with that, just so it added a little bit of wobble, detune effect on the counter melody. Had it here. It's really all about experimenting, guys. It's about experimenting, trying new things. I mean, you'll find something cool, man. If you just experiment, you'll find some cool stuff. So here, for example, I brought the levels all the way down and then brought it back up a little bit for the main melody when it comes in. I'm rambling on. Whole bunch of random stuff. Just play with it. You'll find something cool. It doesn't need to be something cut and dry that you see everybody do. Find something else that's cool. Make it your own. Even for like the 808s, I widened them a little bit with a stereo shaper so that when it comes in, just try different stuff, man. So yeah, I really hope you guys learned at least something. I try to do this video pretty fast for you guys. I don't want every video to be super long. So if you did enjoy or learn something, please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, definitely comment if you want to be a part of the running for that giveaway that I talked about in the intro. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Follow my socials down on the bottom left. Should have been popping up periodically throughout the video. All right, peace.